Alright, we are live. How's everyone doing? Sorry, I was 1 minute late.
Thanks, but I'll pass.
Let me just put it up on the phone here so I can see the chat. So we're gonna be doing the story quest today. I did say I'll be playing for Scaramouche, and I will, but it's on Monday. So if you guys are on Discord, I mean, you're probably already aware. But we'll be doing like a poll stream on Monday. I actually got 140 polls right now.
Thanks, but I'll pass.
Which I'll show you right here. We'll be trying Scaramouche today though, before the quest. So like a real quick trial. We got 140 polls here. We'll be using those and hopefully more on Monday. I'm actually on 15 pity right now, which means this will be enough for 2 soft pities. And I still gotta win the 50-50. So unless I go to 2 hard pities and need 180 polls, there is no way we're not getting Scaramouche next Monday when we do poll. So I mean, we'd have to be really unlucky, right? So most likely we'll also be like testing Scaramouche against several bosses and everything next Monday, because I did already pre-farm. So yeah, right now we're gonna be focusing on the quest. Next Monday we'll be focusing on like bowling for Scaramouche and trying him out in more detail. But before the quest, I will be doing the trials real quick, starting with Farzan. Actually really hyped for Scaramouche. It's been 2 years. I mean, one of my rules is must pull for armatures. Kind of like how Travails and Archons are must pulls for me. So, find what you get. Finally getting a second armature, pretty cool. Okay, just a lot of energy regen. Or so I thought. Actually, that didn't. Wait, is that like a charge way? No, there's the same thing, so you can't actually charge it. Okay, now this would actually regenerate a lot more.
Right, get no sense of respect. Too late for regrets. Have fun with this gift.
Okay, let's observe it. That missed. That missed. Oof. Oof. How does Farzan play out, I wonder? That does not sound too good. Hey, we got Aza though. Okay, let's do it again. Let me check something. Does that buff animal or something? Because I don't see how that can be useful. Decreasing animal resistance. Heck yes. Okay, so it is a Scaramouche support. 30%. Holy heck. What's this damage bonus? Hello? When is it granting them to all nearby party members? So you're saying we get an animal damage bonus and an animal resistance. I'm guessing that increases as you level up. So like I hope so, otherwise I don't see a point in leveling these talents. That sounds like great for Scaramouche though. I mean, we'll be going for Scaramouche on Monday, so this like could be like a bonus. Alright, let's just be done with this and we'll move on to Scaramouche and then the story quest. I got a level Azo actually. I got Azo, it's really fun. But I've never actually leveled him. Okay, let's go do Scaramouche now. The one I'm most excited for. By the way, I did get like an opening dialogue from Paimon when I opened the game. So story spoilers if you haven't done Act 5. And it seems we're gonna be asking Nahida a few questions. Paimon mentioned having questions about the senders. I seriously hope we get more lore. Not entirely sure. Wait, I gotta check something. So we do this, right? Yeah. Oh, that is so cool. I don't care if it doesn't last long. That's way cool that we actually getting aerial combat. All right, hold up.
Behold.
Then it can stay for a while. Though if you're going higher, it will decrease a lot. I think
The wind rises.
Decreases like at this speed. Okay, I think it decreases at the same rate, but when you jump, when you go higher, it decreases massively. So there's that. What the heck? Hold up. Is there some kind of side effect? Oh. And using Amil skill again reset all buffs. Do I go? Wait. After the wheel and release channel mode skill, normal attack damage will increase every second for 14 seconds. So when you're on airborne mode, right? With the normal attack during this duration, normal attack damage will be increased even higher. Oh, I gotta get his weapon if we get lucky with Maybe if we can win the 50-50, I might go for his weapon, because that sounds so cool. And I think honestly I might main Scaramouche at this rate. Up to 48%. Oh, I am liking this side effect. Plus attack speed. Alright, let's do the gameplay though. We'll get to try more on Monday. Right now, we'll be focusing on the quest. Oh, heck yes. Dude, that is sick. Yeah, okay. That one, yep. And then I'm guessing if you go higher, you can plunge attack after the thing ends.
Wretched vermin! Behold!
Yeah, look at that. That is cool. Yeah, then you can plunge attack.
Too slow. Unsightly insects.
Still the same arrogant self, though. I wonder, how did he get his animo vision? Oh, I want to play more, but look, let's not get overboard. We got a story to do, but I can't wait to play Scaramouche more on Monday. How did he get an animo vision? That's my biggest question. Like, are we finally gonna see? I know I got Ito here, but I'll just stream off. I kind of did Goro and her off stream. Forgot to do Ito. I already tried Ito, so I won't be doing it here now. But I'll get to stream those off stream. All right. Let's go. Sanctuary of Surastana. I actually need to farm those mushrooms, by the way, and talents, but I'll do that. I think mushrooms probably already reset, so I can do that later today.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand?
This is about
an essay. That means facts and logic.
This is about the Trusune incident, because we know from the special program that they were talking about an essay.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatarasuna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of
Who's your
research.
teacher?
I can't change that. But it's
just a normal person or someone you know?
Without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person.
Oh.
I want to write my essay on something
I don't
interesting.
think it's Scaramouche.
And I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this.
From what I heard later
That's the only reason
on,
I came to you.
the real death cause of the child, Scaramouche's friend, was the Tatarigami. So I mean, Scaramouche wouldn't really, what's the name? You know, do something that has something to do with causing the Tatarigami, because I mean, he liked his friend. Like back then, it wasn't the time yet. So I don't know who did it, but maybe the Tori. I would not be surprised. But I don't think it's Scaramouche.
Yes, you came to me. So all the more
Unless it
reason
was
to take my
after
advice.
that.
The fact is,
But I
it's
don't
the
think so.
dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
We're not writing a book. Also, I like your voice actor, gotta admit.
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatarasuna? But that's all the way in Inazuma.
Yep.
Is it just Paimon, or is it kind of unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper
Let's
about
go
that?
listen in. Okay, we're spying. All right.
Everyone here's just
From
going about
above.
their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything. Great. Let's go find out what this Tatarasuna mystery is all about.
All right, we're spying on from above, are we? Or are we gonna go down there? Version of Genesis, Interlude chapter. Not gonna lie, for a second I thought we were getting a Scaramouche story quest, but then I realized, oh wait, it's an Archon quest. Which I guess makes sense. I mean, the Tori is showing up.
I guess I'll go with
etc.
my textual
Nahida.
criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper.
So it likely is Scaramouche. I think it was after his friend died, though.
Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Hello there, and I don't know about it. Look for the traveler, that's me.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
What, you don't believe it?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
Believe me, I'll
No,
go.
no. Of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma.
I love his voice actor. What the heck?
This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired
Maybe because I
companion.
like British English
I couldn't
more.
believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
I see.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kind of lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came
Yeah.
over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see. My teacher chose this area of research
We
as
only know
a
a bit about
personal
Tatarigami,
challenge.
but we don't
He
know
said
the cause,
it's difficult
so.
to get into
Aside from,
because
you know,
even
probably being
Inazumans
part of
don't
the
know much
gods.
about Tatarasuna's past.
Or
But
Abashi, so.
who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted
Wait.
a fine blade.
Mikoshi. Is that Raiden's friend, or is Nagamasa someone else? Because I recognize Mikoshi, but I don't recognize Nagamasa. So I'm wondering if it's the same Mikoshi I'm thinking, Raiden's friend, or if it's another Mikoshi. Crafted a fine blade doesn't sound like Mikoshi, at least as far as I know. She was just an Oni, right? Could it be, I don't know, Scaramouche's friend who was also named Mikoshi? But wasn't he a Kaidahara? Most likely. I mean, we never got confirmation, but the red stray of hair kind of made it sound like a Kaidahara.
But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows.
Killed. I feel like I've heard Katsuragi before. Was that maybe the guy?
Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the
Okay,
records
definitely
also
the
mention
Kaidahara
a
guy,
Kabuki
or
mono.
someone else at least. but
This
it-
seems to be
definitely
an
one of the 5
Inazuman
Raiden
word for
Gokunen.
an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabuki Mono lived in Tatarasuna for
Yep,
a
with
while
a
before
little friend
disappearing
there.
without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
Shortly afterwards, meaning that was after. Okay, as I suspected, it wouldn't do anything before that. Because, I mean, Tatarigami killed his friend, so he wouldn't obviously be behind it because he actually liked him.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow! Did I get lucky!
Go on then.
Shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago.
You know, normally I'd say, well, good luck finding him, but, well, he's still alive, so. 400. That gives us more of a timing. Because we know that, I mean, Raiden eventually got into the mindset that was after 500 years ago, but we never really knew when Scaramouche was born. It could have been 490 years ago. It could have been exactly 500 years ago, straight up after the calamity, or it could have been 400 or 300. Well, now you have an exact timing, it's 400. I guess so around 100 years until he eventually was made.
Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
The heck? Wait, no, at the time, I'm guessing. Scaramouche?
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in this story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh,
Yes?
the
Is he a
swordsmith?
Kaidahara or someone
Yeah,
else?
like Ishin Art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So
Kaidahara
basically,
clan,
this
okay.
Niwa was a distant relative
Definitely the
of the
guy
Kaidahara
with
clan,
Scaramouche,
the
right?
last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
I mean, Scaramouche did sabotage it. We
so
know that from,
Wada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
there's more. We did figure that out in, was it, wait, Iridori, yeah, Iridori Festival.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe
Just get to the
you won't believe
point.
your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most...
Get to the point.
Get to the point. For Pete's sake.
Thank you. A guy that took my words, okay.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabukimono was not a human, but a puppet.
Scaramouche. I mean, we already knew that. We already knew Kabukimoni was another name for Scaramouche, so. Yep. What was he doing 400 years ago in Tatrasuna? Yeah, it's about his past, huh?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after
Yeah,
all.
but that's none of your business.
No. Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
Yes.
I agree, it does. But considering that
think we
non-human
should go
races in
now.
Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
No. Okay, I guess we're taking a look. A man arrived at Tatrasuna around 3 in the afternoon. Well, that's very specific for something that happened 400 years ago. We really just love making stories, huh? Convinced that so long as they reach the fire raging in the mountain's belly, they might extract from its gems beyond price. The mood that aslides was ineffable, beyond mere for those not present to witness it. The man barked a cheerful greeting and strained to join the procession. Darren Gear stood half a head taller and greeted him, and he slapped on the back. Yeah, his words were full of respect. Miyazaki? Who the heck is Miyazaki? Took verse says on their journey. Why Katsuragi? In assuming the realm of the Almighty Shogun. Strode upon his sea route, what dangers could have possibly faced? What was Niwa, army officer. That was another clan. Is it? Okay, it is part of the Ishin art. Just skimming through this. Kaidahara, the clan. How long is this? Holy heck, we're still halfway. I kind of feel like not reading this, but... You know what? Let me just look up for details about the Kaidahara clan and Scaramouche. So I'm gonna keep going. Okay, there's Kabuki mode. Okay, let's stop here. Mark them? What? Is Kabukimono involved here? Let's look. If I don't see the name, I'm skipping this. This is too much. And I feel like the guy's just inventing, so there is literally no point in reading this at this rate. I can just read this later if I want. Looking it up. I don't think it's gonna be important. Okay, where is Kabukimono? Okay, there's not Kabukimono in Extract 3, so we're skipping
and
this.
please read my essay draft as well.
Oh, no. This better be short. Oh, heck no. Okay. Okay, wait. This might be more factual, though. It's always been a major organism as two incidents have occurred here. Tarasune Arachnokoden. Mikoshi Nagamasa. Okay. Okay, I think we better read these. References, Raiden and Shoguns. I feel like this might be important. Continuing expands the work of the mentor, Mr. Rumi, and his report to aptly hidden tales of Tarasune is intended further to have a year of research according to the data debate. Blade forging techniques have originally ended down from the electric. Okay, so the 5 arts. Or 3 arts. I kind of forgot how many there were. They're from the I think it was 5. The people of Inazuma devote themselves to process of arching. However, strange rumors that do not quite fit the nature of mental work linger about Tatarasuna. They're the Mikoshi and Niwa clans. Okay, so those were 2 clans. I feel like I had heard Mikoshi before. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah, it definitely wasn't the Mikoshi I thought it was, which is actually an Oni. So, along with an eccentric puppet, there's 3 windows of insight. We need to investigate the truth behind what happened. Strange notes from the Tarasuna area. Okay, so this is factual. Sarnaga's mood goes better when he forges blades. The name Mikoshi. Oh wait, that's about. I think I remember now. Because Mikoshi was a clan that was. I don't know if it was actually. I think Mikoshi, the Mikoshi Shio. Wait, that's the name, Mikoshi Shio, right? That's her full name, right? Because of the calamity in attacking Raiden Shogun, the clan was kind of not because of Raiden, you know, but about others. The clan was kind of like stained, so they tried to rebuild that clan, although failed. And eventually, I don't know if I did that quest. I might not have done, but the traveler would wipe the clan out. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I remember the name now. Now patrolling around Azuchi Beach. Nameless Eccentric, definitely Scaramouche. Vice Army Officer, okay, nothing important here. Call it a Daitora Nagamasa. Star dance with without wandering eccentric. You mean a duel? Nagamasa died that night. Nagamasa's mother, Chio. There we go. Should divide the original king into 3 parts. Then treasure chest in Tatarasuna. I feel like that might be related to the quest, not sure though. Okay, this is about his commenting, which doesn't really interest me much. As it entails. Around the yokai. But they once your scissors was elegant, feral, impeccable, and the way it rested all the joint lines on its body. I don't think it even has joint lines, to be honest. It's so realistic. Seem entirely human. Yeah. The extent of which can also be read as kabuki mono is usually using his inventory for the figure dress to behave in a peculiar manner. The narrative of the Neo was part of the Asian art. Kaidahara clans. Asian's not cool. Miyazaki, I don't care about that guy. I don't think it's important. It was friends with Mikoshi. Okay, Mikoshi is I think Chiyo's. No, sorry, Nagamase. I think is Chiyo's son. So this I will read. Mikoshi clan adopted son of the Oni warrior Mikoshi Chiyo, and the younger daughter of Mikoshi Mishihiro, also known as Iwakura the Success. Where have I heard Iwakura? I swear I've heard that name before. His mother missing and abandoned by his brother. Yeah, missing after attacking Raiden after being corrupted by a beast from the Calamity. So that was a bit of an unfortunate tale. They had to wipe the shame from their history. Special instruction from Miyazaki, which I think was the other guy. Yep. To further his capabilities. Okay. No more useful info. Katsuragi. No info about. Okay, Kabuki Mono. Full name unknown, background unknown. From the many sources I've combined. So this character might have been the puppet mentioned in the rumors. Kabuki Mono was a figure of fictional grace in general. According to, is there literally no information here? Why are we reading this? Yeah, of course he was. I mean, he was kind of friends with that guy. Alright. There better be no more text. I'm not reading that.
Encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in
You still don't know
facts.
anything. You know the same as I do.
Explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it.
Except for useless details that don't really matter, so.
Oh, how about if I plug the holes in
I think we're
Solana's
done here. Let me go
narrative
ask
with
Nahida,
political
please.
Intrigue. Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
The heck?
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new
Yeah,
angle
I'll
on
leave you
this.
to it. I'm out of here.
I have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay.
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know.
We will not. Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about,
Yep.
it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it? Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up.
Oof.
Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
What the heck? I mean, I thought you were still locked up. What happened? Did Nahida already free you?
Did you see that?
Without the carry the
He
world?
just went by, over there. It looked like
Like Scaramouche. What is he doing?
the balladeer. No, it can't have been.
What's happening? I thought
Wait, let's
Nahida...
catch up and see.
Thought Nahida would say, oh, by the way, he woke up. He needs to find something in Irminsul. Care to accompany him? What the heck? He's already out. He doesn't even tell us. Does she even trust him? I mean, I wouldn't trust him with my nation. What the heck? Without anyone to look after him either? Oh, I'm guessing he's gone to Surastana. Interesting. What the heck? Why is he coming here? Did Nahida take over his body or something? I am very sus of that guy. Alright, Scaramouche, you got some explaining to do. I'm guessing she's talking with Scaramouche right now. No, where is Scaramouche? She went here. Find Nahida instead.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure
It's
enough.
him.
You're here.
Hello there. What are you looking for and why are you here?
What are you doing in the station?
Yeah, good question. I'm very curious. Look, give him a chance, but I have many questions right now.
I know you must have a lot of questions. Please,
Okay.
allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free.
Made a deal.
We
Oh,
made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me.
for me, for Nahida. What do you mean?
Deal? You sure you trust this guy?
Yes, I'm joking. I don't know.
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about.
Damn, you still got that personality.
But if
huh?
that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had
Damn.
you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
Alright, let's hear it.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem
Alright.
in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well, I for
You made a
one
deal with the
have
tourist,
no reason
so-
to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to
I hope
understand
so.
more about that in the fullness of time.
Yeah, about the false sky. I got many questions about that. Not just about the sinners, but about the rest.
The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong
see.
enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's
Yeah.
sensitive
So,
secrets.
I better get some lore
Being
out of this
stuck here in
quest.
Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger
I actually did hear that in Scaramouche's voice lines, so.
I take no
He still
pleasure
doesn't
in
have his
saying
animal
this,
vision,
but
does he?
it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser.
Welcoming back a
so-
loser? Seriously?
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui. And also between
Doing
each of the harbingers.
Of the harbingers. I mean, anyone can be tossed out if they're no longer useful.
So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
What the heck, Traveler? You're mocking him.
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends.
I don't
So
think
I
so.
guess you'll be siding with them.
Nahida isn't like one to take sides.
Yeah,
Unless some
obviously.
side is clearly wrong.
Don't listen to him. Then let's put
Mama,
that
don't make
discussion
this
to the side for now.
well, make this an
We
argument.
still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
So Scaramouche will actually be long-term cooperating with Nahida. I'm curious about what she means by that.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Wait, are we using this Surastana to... how do we enter Irminsul?
Are you...
reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing
What's
it for
the
your
information we're
benefit.
looking for then? Was it not Tetrasooner? Is it something else?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information
Wait, are we
about your
getting
twin
lore?
and Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category.
That
This
is the
an
case.
extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information
So
that
are
even
we
I don't know
searching here?
about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am.
Interesting.
He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god
Oh,
of a
so
new
that's
era.
how we can do that.
Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The
God
amount
of a
of
new era?
information in Irminsul is vast beyond description.
I
Sifting
see.
through all
So
of
you're
it without
using him
knowing what to look
essentially.
for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders.
That Descenders, which we
He's
might get
more
more
familiar
lore.
with this
I'm
kind of
all in for that. I really hope
and
I'm
should
not
be able
getting
to find it more
trolled
quickly.
here.
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him. He's treated us
Paimon's
as
like,
enemies
what
every
if...
time we run into
Wait,
him.
I can't find a reason, but I still don't trust him.
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on.
Alright, back.
How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler,
Yes. Alright, I need
I
lore,
know
yes.
what your heart desires most of all.
That's what my heart desires. I don't care about the twin. Twin's cool and all, but I need the Thunder lore. Be it twin or not.
Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing.
Oh.
A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns.
Flamine.
As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do
Naida's
something
such
for
a
you.
nice Archon.
If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, really.
I seriously
You're
hope.
Sumeru's hero. You've more than
I
earned it.
seriously hope we get Nahida in upcoming Archon quests, and we don't just forget about like all the other Archons. Like Nahida has a thing that she has a connection to Irminsul, so that could really come in handy for later on. So I feel like if any Archon has a reason to actually appear in later Archon quests, Nahida's the one. I mean, I seriously hope eventually we get to see all Archons in upcoming Archon quests, but if there is just one Archon, I mean, aside from Zarita, which obviously is going to be relevant, who needs to appear in future Archon quests, I really hope it's Nahida. With the connection to Irminsul, I feel like it's going to be really useful. Not just interludes, but like,
Still worried about this idea.
we've never actually seen,
there
aside from
anything we can do
venting
to help?
and an event, like a relevant story about Archons in other Archon quests from other regions, not their own region, actually, you know, being important there. You know, aside from venting, drinking in Inazuma festivals, but that's not really important, shall we say. That was pretty cool, though, but it's not what we're looking for.
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise
I
the
see.
Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assign. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of
could
a
be
former
powerful.
Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Got it. So we're visiting Irminsul
Great.
again.
Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Okay.
Wow. It looks pretty
Oh,
different
here we are
compared to
again.
last time.
Talk to the
The
Balladeer.
colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Yeah, there are no more cubes. You know, the sustainer cubes. Hello there, my guy. How are you doing?
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Nahida sent me to babysit you. Traveler's pulling a Scaramouche douche move on Scaramouche here.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
Jailbird? Dude, what is this quest?
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards.
Oh, damn.
But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a
the
little.
burn.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous.
I guess you could say
I
that.
need to be quite cller about something.
Innermost
In a few
region,
moments,
interesting. Is
you'll
that
be
the area
entering
from the
into
trailer?
The innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information.
Interesting.
You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides,
Alright.
but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Well, we're still gonna have to pull for Scaramouche on Monday, so you better have at least have him in our party, you know?
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are going to be traveling together after all.
Okay.
Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All
He's
you have
still
to do
throwing a little
is
burn
keep
there.
your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
No, we're helping if that shows up.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going.
All right.
Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
No.
Ew! Ugh, the snark on
He's
this guy.
still trying to
it's
get to us.
unbearable.
So need after for all the biting sarcasm.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Okay. Ooh.
Is this a small
interesting.
sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Oh, I like. Interesting shape too. It's not like just simple energy. It's like it was like in a form.
Wow.
Here we are.
So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh.
That tree.
Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Very interesting. I wonder if the lines on the floor actually symbolize information. Kind of like how data chips kind of have like those little lines.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Scaramouche was like, oh, you were way too surprised. Like, stop.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you
Alright.
still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Alright.
Hey, so, say we did go running off in here. What would happen?
Stop, I mean, you're not helping the situation.
What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost.
The guy's just throwing burns. She's like, yeah, by the way, without Paimon, now what else scared you'd be?
Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
What happens if I try to go away? Oh, it doesn't let me. Is that like ships? Ooh. Is that information? Heck yes. I need lore! I need lore! Get out of here, Scaramouche! Let me go ahead!
Sapling things have spread out.
Oh. Seem to have dissipated.
Those
and
are all
affected
packets of
space. I
information
see.
from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
Okay, so don't touch information until we get there, unfortunately. Because I'm guessing they could interfere with our consciousness or something. If we're not careful. Interesting how they changed the path, though.
It looks the
It's like it's a
same in
little
every
maze.
direction.
It's like every time we touch one, it
It No
changes our
wonder he
direction.
mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth.
He was
Is he
laughing.
mocking me again?
There it is,
Oh,
the tree.
What is it this time?
Art of Rewritten,
There's a
they
time and
call
a
it.
place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little?
I don't know how the Tori will show up. Because we're already in Irminsul, so what does he even plan with it?
We're here.
What a huge tree!
All fish in the world is flowing
Lesser
through
Lord
it.
Kusanali,
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
ready when
Yes,
you are.
I need
Then
info.
please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
Paimon, stop. You're not helping the situation if he hears that. Maybe had a similar role in the Fatui.
The rest is up to
individual.
you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
He was like, we'll distract him, but if you guys want to talk. Telepathic conversation.
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
Just invite him to the voice chat.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Ursula sentience moment. I'm guessing that, yeah, probably.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a
Just a
while.
little voice chat.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great. So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Start doing odd jobs for
As
others.
I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand.
Huh. I mean, his past wouldn't be as clear as day to us, so you mean something else?
Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
Yeah, I know he gets an animal vision, but he doesn't have it yet, which means it's happening this quest, which I'm excited for. The betrayals and the other events in Inazuma.
Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
Yep, that was the case.
So, you made contact with that part of his mind.
Yep.
Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt
I mean,
and
of
angry
course.
just like anyone else.
Where do you think the that comes from, and where do you think these perspectives would come from? Certainly not from nothing.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an
Yep.
essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about it?
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
I saw that writing.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gesse got it right?
I mean, probably, partially, very partially.
They guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having.
He knows.
Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
He knows, like, I want to have a conversation. All right, let's talk about it. Tetrasuna.
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
No, come on, Traveler. If you're already asking me Tetrasuna, I might even be able to provide some light into it.
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
Come on, Traveler.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world.
It does confirm this.
It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing
feel
on
like-
either of you in Irminsul at all.
I feel like the twin might be in Irminsul, maybe. Maybe you won't be able to find stuff. Like, might be very vague. But he was, I feel like Lumine in this case, was purposely written into Irminsul by someone. Someone with that power. There's a theory that Dainsleif was the one. I'm not entirely too sure. I don't put it out of the question, but I also do not like... It's like, yeah, it could be, but it really could not, so... I don't know if Dainsleif would do that, so that's like my biggest, I suppose, thing against that theory.
Wait, how did you
I
know
would not be
about that?
surprised if he did
Did
too.
Mahita tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh?
Wait, you found
Wait.
something? What the heck is this? That's a big piece of
This
information.
light.
Is this...
It looks similar to those saplings.
I need info.
What could it be?
Is this Lumine? I need confirmation, please.
Anonymous data.
Anonymous.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Okay.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are
Oh.
talking about Tatara
information
Suna's
about him,
furnace,
right?
after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
Anonymous? What do you mean anonymous?
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Kaidahara?
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
They recognize it, doesn't it? Lineage of Ishin art.
Whoa!
We're getting in-day information.
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now.
Wait,
You have
that's the
shown me
guy,
great
right?
hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated.
Who are you?
As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing Crystal Marrow.
Disposing. So the Crystal Marrow wasn't originally there? I thought the Crystal Marrow spawned, kinda like from Tatorigami, right? But it didn't now? It was actually disposed by the evil across the entirety of Inazuma?
The forging industry with Crystal Marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown. All passing on their legacy. Skills, blood,
Who are you?
dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma
Neil
and
was a
happening to
person.
make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And
he
he
from
would be the
Fontaine?
first to
Kinda
admit that
reminds me
there's
of
no
the
way he could have
Merchant's
revolutionized
Guild.
our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir,
I wonder if he
who are truly responsible
was
for
the
the
one
changes in our
possibly
manufacturing
sabotaged
and
something.
forging methods.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw
That's
much
true.
that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma. And it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really
even
the truth?
Asher's voice is kinda sus, not gonna lie.
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, As you well know,
Someone died.
someone died because of that strange filth
Is it
inside
that
the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the golden
still
feather to
saw him as a
Narukami
friend.
Island to seek an audience with the
Interesting.
Shogun. This is our last hope.
Seek an audience with the Shogun? I didn't know about that.
But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
Oh no.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi
Torachio.
Torachio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way
Fontaine,
from
that
Fontaine.
confirms it.
Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside.
Oh, it's my dad.
Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
I mean, I wouldn't either.
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked.
So that was a sabotager.
I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Oh no, the blade. Is he gonna kill him? Fuck.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
Huh. So he never really... Scaramouche thought his friends saw him as a monster, but he never really did. It was all this guy.
You...
Oh no.
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all.
Slash Naya?
And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true
Who are
identity.
you then?
And what I seek in Tatara Suna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
The Torre!
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
The Torre was the one behind it.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person.
Oh god.
Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
So that's when the Torre already had his sights on Scaramouche?
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this?
He manipulated
Why go to all
Scaramouche from
this
the
trouble?
start, did he?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment.
If Scaramouche didn't go through what he went through, he wouldn't have joined the Fatui. Did he plan to have Scaramouche join the Fatui through all of this? Because he saw you using Scaramouche.
If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
For the future, huh?
That's it? That's why you
Wait.
gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Wait. 400 years ago. What is the Tory doing here? He was that old? I actually did not know. I mean, I thought with him being referenced as an outcast in Sumeru, even now, that, I mean, sure, he might be a bit older than he looks, but like what, 100 years? But 400? I don't even know how people recognize him after all this stuff. I feel like he's just been forgotten.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet.
That's why he quote-unquote saw him as a monster, but he was possessed, wasn't it? By the spirits in Tatarasuna. That were left probably by Urabashi. Oh, you son of a... You already wanted that to happen. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Like, he wanted to... he wanted to have that happen.
Make no mistake. Even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
No wonder now Scaramouche hates the Torre. It was all him.
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa
That's one of us.
and I,
they never really hated him.
One of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat.
Shut up, Dottore.
I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa, already dead.
Wow.
What a pity.
Dottore.
Jester, I have completed the task.
Oh, we're
you
not
gave
seeing
me,
the first Saboteur.
creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings.
Is it
What
Jester
fun
here?
it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you.
Oh,
if he proves useful,
talking via
let's
technology.
make him our newest comrade. And if not,
Oh,
let's
he already
turn
planned
him
that
to
from the start.
dust.
You already wanted that. And if not, which means now. No. Oh, we don't get to the Jester. Well, let me change the title. Scaramouche wants to be angry right now. Hold up, let me change the stream title because I thought we were gonna see Jester so badly, and I was really in hope we don't get to see Jester. Woof. That line in the trailer gave me hope that we get to see Jester's in-game model. So since we don't, well, I better change the title. Otherwise, it'd be. I mean, I did put a question mark, but otherwise it would be, what's the name? Clickbaiting. So let me get that rid of that in the title. All right, let's continue.
Hey, are you
Where's
alright?
Scaramouche? Yeah, it's a Tori all along.
Dottore?
Hey, don't go mad here. Was he laughing at himself or is he gone mad?
Good.
What?
Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
And it seems like he really quite literally changed his appearance in front of his eyes.
But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Oh no.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Neela didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace.
Yeah.
You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
This betrayal was a lie that he has believed for hundreds of years. Was this part of the doctor's experiment? It looks like it. The betrayal never happened. It exists only in his imagination. But where does this live in? Yeah, it's like he's been his entire source of hatred for 400 years. Like, how does he even feel right now?
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Right.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Because he thought he was betrayed by his friend for 400 years, and his friend never really betrayed him. How would he feel? After you kind of using that as a source of hatred for so long, and trusting the doctor and being a Fatui Harbinger for also so long.
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in
500 years later.
that would bear fruit
400,
in the
sorry.
future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject.
His 400-year-long test experiment. That's probably how the doctor saw him.
After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer.
Are you kidding me?
Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process.
He was hard into the device.
The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic answered. Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for. He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants.
That was never really the case, though.
The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth.
The doctor's also been putting his views on it, which means when it was done with being betrayed in emotions, he would see the doctor's perspective and thought through just doing what he has been doing for 400 years, to Harbinger and everything, he would at least feel something.
He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatara Suna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Yep. 100 years ago. Doesn't mean that vengeance was the right decision. I mean, either if you had gone through the same thing, what would you do?
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Exactly, though. That is true. What you've done in the past doesn't mean it's like as time goes on and you get new perspectives, it doesn't mean that's what you do in the future. That can turn back the past, though.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Poor Scara, man. Are you okay?
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
It's like smug face, like, oh, now you care for me.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
His smug face there, he was about to pull this line off. I knew it.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
I feel like he'll just find more of his past accidentally again.
Hey, are you investigating
I doubt we're
the stuff
getting
you wanna know
info.
about?
I doubt, to be honest, I doubt we're getting info about Lumine, but I'll take info about Scara. I don't mind. This quest's already been great, so I'll take that.
That's why we're here.
We might not even find it all.
But
Maybe there's like, oh, that's all we
there's no
found.
information
Of course,
about the
there we go.
Descenders in Irminsul.
Yeah, I mean, that's to be expected. What about Lumine, though? No, not Lumine stuff?
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
What about Lumine, then? He said he was not one of the Descenders.
Does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Wait, what about Lumine? Or does this confirm that maybe she wasn't there or something? I don't know. Confusing.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end,
Okay.
I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do
Okay,
with
there we
Conria.
go.
Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world.
Why was it input in? I guess that's the question.
Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
Because of the what now? You mean, the sustainer of heavenly principles had to willingly accept the travelers? I actually did not know that that was actually the case.
The heavens responded?
The jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time.
On what now? Wow, we're getting lore bombs. Why? I've got questions.
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me.
So we can
All
get
I can say is,
important
I
info when
wouldn't
we meet
lie
the
to you
jester.
about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Yes, thank
Very
you.
valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
You mean you'll see more of his memories? What the heck is he doing?
What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent.
What is
Even
he
if I
doing?
use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long.
What is he doing then?
I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me.
Okay.
So in return, I'd like you
So it's
to answer
essentially
a question
preventing
for me.
us from escape. What
Give
we
me
want
your
to know.
hand.
What? But is it about what we heard? Let's try reading our
Can
mind.
you hear my voice inside your head?
Yes. We're trying to read what? Traveler being very sus.
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can
Paimon's
do
out
is
of the
exchange a few words with
conversation.
you.
Look at her face.
So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
How did he become aware of that? I'm guessing he's not aware, but having a connection to Women's Soul, he feels like, okay, I feel like that would be possible. Maybe he'll know something.
Done.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Etherax Scaramouche. I'm joking. Don't kill me.
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me.
You already, yeah, like the way he saw the traveler's look, he probably said, yeah, definitely. That was because I know about Greater Lord Rukadevata.
So long.
But I didn't immediately.
I
I gave him the
suggest you
answer.
get yourselves out of here
He already
quickly.
knows. Wait, is he gonna do something? Is he gonna change his own past?
Hey, wait
I've got
up!
questions.
Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing
What
each
the
other
heck is he
again.
doing? Is he erasing part of his past, maybe? What the heck?
From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
How much does that imply? That's my question. Does that mean that it was never a harbinger to the world?
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
I mean, he's changing the past. It'd still be that today, though, right?
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to
heck?
solve this once and for all.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow.
Our history will be rewritten again. I don't know how much that would imply. Like, the Electro Archon would never have lost the Electro Noses, right? I have so many questions right now if that were to happen. Like, the implications of it. Surely that won't happen, right?
He's really gone.
Oh, can you hear me?
Did he fail to change the past?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now?
Cut
I was
off.
suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault.
Who's the Balladeer? Okay. I thought it was like, wait, who's the
I didn't
Balladeer?
think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left.
I thought Nahida was gonna ask, who's the Balladeer? And I was like, oh shit. Never mind. Maybe he failed or something. I don't know what happened to him.
Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities?
No, he can't be
and
dead.
took everything he had.
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
Where is he though?
We're out! And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to
what?
stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help
You better
with.
tell his info later.
Leave this one to me.
An emergency? How bad is it?
What?
Nahida, will you be okay?
Don't worry.
What do you mean by
If
emergency?
my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead
What do
to
you
a
mean
disaster.
disturbances?
Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened.
It
What do you
still
think the
exists.
Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
Paimon's still remembering and saying, referring to him as the Balladeer, so I think he still exists for now. So what happened? Yep. I'll skip the part about oof.
He wants to change the past?
That's not impossible.
Surely that's impossible. Right. You can't just rewrite history.
Oh, you can.
All that stuff happened already in real life. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
Yeah, but it can be changed.
So, why does Huh?
It was part of history. What the heck?
Sorry.
Oh.
Paimon accidentally...
No, it's not.
It's the Balladier's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress.
No.
But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable.
Yes,
Is
very
that
possible.
really possible in Irminsul?
It may be.
Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Ugh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
Yeah, so actually, we'd probably stop knowing him. I mean, not me, but Paimon. Yeah, exactly. Like, entirely history would change. And with the Baldir here, I don't know how that changed. Because, I mean, Ruka Nevada, Irminsul kind of adapted it and made it look like it was Kusanali all along. But with the Baldir, how many things would change? No, I don't think they'll disappear.
There's nothing we can do about it at
Because
this
they'd still be
point.
born.
Hey,
At least that wouldn't
you got any
change.
ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight. So, how about,
Why that?
we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things?
That would work for Paimon, I guess.
If that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety. Alright, Paimon will start. First dish.
What?
Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom
no.
skewers.
Stop,
Shea bread
Paimon.
pancakes, cream stew,
Is
sauteed
Scaramouche there?
matsutake,
Wait, is Scaramouche there? I feel like they're zooming out for something.
and Drain
No?
chili
Okay, no.
chicken, almond tofu, satisfying
Oh, wait.
salad.
It's still zooming out more.
Oh,
Sus.
also Adeptus Temptation,
Stop,
golden shrimp
Paimon.
balls,
Why?
triple layered consomme, lotus seed, and bird eggs.
And what? Oh, she's gonna sleep, I guess. She fell asleep. Huh?
What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now?
Uh-oh. Did something happen?
Paimon was, talking?
Uh-oh!
Huh. Paimon suddenly can't
You
remember
better-
what she was talking
Let's
about.
do the music. You better remember the Baldir. Oh,
The
no.
Baladier?
Oh, fuck. Oh, no!
Is that a food too?
Uh-oh!
Weird name though.
History changed! What's with the music? Holy heck. What's gonna happen to everything?
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers.
What's gonna happen to
Was
Scaramouche
it something
even?
Paimon said? So, the Baladier. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
Uh-oh. Paimon, come with me. Are we about to experience something
Okay,
big?
Sure. Where are we going?
Is Scaramouche even gonna remember?
Huh? Fine by Paimon, but
What's gonna happen?
is
I have so
everything
many.
Okay?
Why would
You're acting like this is an emergency.
I kind of wish I had Scaramouche right now so I could check his voice line, see if anything changes afterwards. But well, that's kind of too late now. Let's go to the first. What the heck? I mean, Nahida would also. Are we gonna revert it or something? Dental destruction? Holy shit. Sumer quests are built different. Holy heck. is the guy still around? I mean, I guess he's connected to it. Will the Raiden Goku then have changed? Will the Kaidahara clan suddenly exist? I mean, Kazuha would be affected. What will happen?
We made it to Amanoma Smithy.
Ah, it's been a while.
I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Of course. Go ahead.
About the Raiden Goku then. Can you tell me that story one more time?
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting.
Uh-oh.
Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu,
Okay.
Ishin, Hyakume,
Once renowned.
and Senju.
That didn't seem to change, but let's
The
wait
art
in
of
here.
forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions.
What then?
Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline.
Okay.
And for a long time,
Nothing
only
seems to
the
have
Amenoma
changed.
branch kept its art alive. But fortunately,
Kaidahara.
Kaidahara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original
Wait, that
Gokuden
was the
5.
case though, right? I mean, the Kazuha quest.
If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now.
That didn't change. Okay, so what changed?
We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like such a
What was the
shame.
reason behind their decline?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind,
Go on.
did I ask
I have
Kaidahara
questions.
Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth.
Go on.
There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you.
Is it?
It is a
Is he
dark
not completely
and
erased?
sorrowful tale.
It's like, what happened?
The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous
Vengeful
rampage
bladesmith. That's
by a
not the case.
vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace.
That did not change.
One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaidahara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith
That was
leaped
not the
together
case.
into the
Baldia was
furnace.
erased from the start, but it still
The furnace
exists.
quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out.
Is this a story that Kazuha knows, or because I feel like in Iridori we knew about Scaramouche.
The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision
That changed too.
to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's
But
forging
then
industry.
that suddenly was no longer the Baldir, but rather someone of the Kaidahara clan
In
itself.
his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden.
So it's like Irminsul manages to find, so he changes the past, but that's a bad thing. Sorry. Because he wanted to give them back a second life, but that never really happened because Irminsul replaced it with some, like a cover-up story, essentially.
But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back, fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
Has changed, yeah. Someone else attacked the swordsmiths. Did something in Irminsul, but it seems Niwa still died. Yeah, it's like nothing changes. That's just tragic. Can he turn back time on that? With our help remembering, maybe? I don't know. Hold up, I got a BRB. So just 1-2 minutes, don't worry. Alright, back. Honestly, the main question I have now, if Baldir was erased, but most likely the puppet was not, right? Unless it really was, in which case, I mean, we have to turn back time somehow. But, I mean, I'm guessing things didn't go as Scaramouche foreseen, because I know his intention was different. What about Scaramouche now, though? Is he completely gone, or was it just the events of the past that were gone? I feel like he could not entirely control the path that Irminsul took.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
We've seen Kazuha recently.
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
Huh. They still exist. Same Kazuha, no. Things don't seem as bad as they feared last night. Well, for Scaramouche, it could be pretty bad.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon. On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
Alright, what's the next location? Go to the Ashura Commission. What about the Electronoses? What about the Fatui Harbingers? I have so many questions.
This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while.
Hello?
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Where are they then?
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get...
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were
For
anyone
sure.
else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks.
Alright.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to
Yes,
say?
ma'am, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you. What would you like to know?
How are the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato these days?
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy
What are the local
attending all
organizations?
kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know. Busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual in the
Probably.
Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Alright.
Well, got any more questions?
I'm guessing won't be waiting. We'll just go out, no?
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for
So
that.
I'm guessing we'll be checking somewhere else then.
Miss Kamisato talks about you all
course
the
she would.
time. She seems so thrilled to have you
Just
as a
don't tell
friend.
Nilo. I'm joking.
And she's
I'm joking.
always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know.
Thank
You're
you.
a hero to us all. I mean it. Whenever the Commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The Commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the Commissioner is so fond of home comfort. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention. It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs.
that still happened.
Kamisato passed away. Much as someone who is old and gray
Honestly, I'm
enough
sorry.
to
I'm gonna
have
start
watched
skipping.
their
She talks in a
son and
slow
daughter
tone,
grow
so
up,
I'll just
it
read the
makes me
text,
so
but I'll skip
happy
afterwards.
to see them meet a dependable
Enjoy so
so
much.
in the future.
If you ever had the
if
time,
you
please
ever
know your
do have the time,
Mission headquarters
please
to all of you,
know
at least
you
one
are
old lady.
always
You always have a pleasure of
very
your company.
welcome at the
Thank you very
Yashiro
much. I will
Commission
visit again.
headquarters. There will
Very dear
always
friends to me.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being
Oh,
really
she's
great.
She's visiting again. Paimon's visiting.
Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime.
Sus, Paimon,
Paimon
stop.
meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around dinner time.
Ideally around dinner time, of course, Paimon.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Alright, goodbye for now. We're,
Tataro Asuna, so I guess we'll find out.
Great! Goodbye, ma'am! Don't
Will
worry,
he be
we'll
there?
sort ourselves out.
If he still exists, I wonder if he'll go there.
All right then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
But he wasn't the one to blame for all those deaths, so they would still be dead, I'm guessing. I wonder where Scaramouche is now.
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe trip.
Alright. A dance of destruction. Go to Tarasuna to look for clues. Alright. What's next? Who's there? Oh, Xavier. Hello there.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler
It's
and
us.
Paimon?
Xavier, what are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We got a voice actor for Xavier now.
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
You know much about Tarasuna?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history of this
Like
area?
the back of my hand.
Go on.
Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here. Oh, well,
Go on.
It's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the
400?
last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either.
Oh.
There was a guy back then too.
Dottore.
They say he was a mechanic who consulted on
course.
a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about
Tell us more
that?
about him. Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to all the ensuing chaos.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier
What about
something
Baldir then?
Tatarasuna?
Did he
Come on,
sabotage
ask
the
already.
furnace for another reason?
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today.
Yeah, you won't
Feels like
understand.
we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
History exam?
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire
Pretty
for
much.
historical
Sure,
knowledge?
sure, traveler.
Sure, go ahead.
Kabukimono.
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have.
So that changed.
I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who
Yeah, the
always
word
go around
didn't.
dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where
So it
Tatara
was still
Suna
erased.
is concerned.
What about, where is Scaramouche then? But so far, it looks like a majority of changes have only affected himself.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Where is Scaramouche now
Looks
then?
like
I have
you got
questions
all the
for him.
information you're looking for.
Let's see, let's look to know.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile.
Spinal what
No matter
now?
what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
All
Come
right.
on, you gotta keep it together. Why don't you grab something to eat? You can't go facing life's challenges
No,
on an
we're
empty
visiting
stomach.
Kusanali right now.
Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Echoes of History. Kabuki Mono's finale. That title scares me. Where's Scaramouche? I really hope he's alright. Do we still do that? I mean, if history changed, what happened? Do we still go down in Irminsul or not? Oh, there's those two guys talking.
It's them.
What about the Kabukimono?
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Tell us more about him.
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
And that is?
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh?
You should have researched on in his past. Let's see what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh?
Can I read it again? Yes. Now, all I want to know is about the eccentric mechanic. Ooh, sus. What about... I'm gonna skip most of this. I just want to see if I find any mention of Kabukimono. Or the balladeer. Or puppet. Nothing's changed here aside from that, though. I'm not gonna read through the entire thing. I'll have lore videos. I mean, I'll have to look up lore videos later for that. But I'm not about to read all of this. Okay, this is important. Also spend a substantial amount of time watching local residents. Oh, so no mention of Scaramouche there. The mechanic. Long have I delved through many texts and documents, but I have ultimately unable to decipher even a speck of a clue as to the background of the mechanic whose carts during the aftermath of the Tarasuna incident. Speculated that instead of the mechanic possibly being a figure moving out over the overripe imaginations, we know that he was an harbinger, not really imagined. It actually did exist, perhaps even at a hand. The event took place even in Tatarasuna. Yep, and no mention of Kabukimono.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Miyazaki. Okay, sorry, I think I need to go eat something. I'm starting to kind of being hard to see. And yeah, I might be really hungry. Alright, sorry, I'll be right back in roughly 10 minutes. And then we can continue. Oh, it's actually been 1 hour and 48 minutes. No wonder. I actually barely ate anything this morning. And I didn't eat anything for dinner last time, so sorry. I'll be back in around roughly 10-15 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. Was feeling a bit lightheaded, and it rarely happens, but what it does, it's usually because I'm hungry and haven't eaten in a long time. Though I wasn't feeling hungry just a moment before. What usually happens when I get this feeling is that hunger and it just hits, and then I start feeling kind of lightheaded and stuff, and yeah, I start shaking. So like that's usually the symptom actually. Usually the symptom more common is I start shaking. And yeah, I just knew I had to go eat something. So yeah, we're back. Alright, let me read this, because this was highlighted. So I'm guessing no mention of Kimono again. So, Misaki had his screen reporting there's a newer release, the lizard, from his hand it cuts Ragi's palm. Someone came walking nearby, their footsteps sitting confident. Newcomer placed some lunchboxes on the side, made him leave. The man smiled upon hearing, I already hate it. Did you, my lords? This was in case the mechanic. You are a guest, sir. To see that you help in this trifling matter with embarrassment. Smile as if it was not that with the nod he departed. That wasn't mechanic, so you know the tour still exists. Though I don't know its reason for being there. Aside from investigating the furnace. Maybe that was his original goal. I kinda doubt it. I feel like he went there for Scaramouche himself. Scan steps away, the mechanic laughed. Yeah, this was the Scaramouche. When it was talking about the black clouds, it was Scaramouche being mentioned. But now it's the mechanic. Now the mechanic's kind of like the mystery here, and no longer the Scaramouche. That is sus. What happened to Scaramouche? Like, does he still exist? Can he kind of just disappear there? I mean, I'm guessing he still does, right? Because he's only... This time, we're only rewriting titles and past. So what about the current Scaramouche? Did he change? Did he get erased? It's very different from Rukadavada in one situation. Rukadavada was already dead. Sure, we may have seen her conscious in Irminsul, but she was dead. No, like, everyone knew her is dead. What about someone who's currently living and you only erase a part of their lives? Like, what happens to them? That's my question. I mean, he wasn't able to fully control how Irminsul shaped the past, because otherwise they would still be alive. I mean, they wouldn't still be alive, but you get what I mean. They would have a second life, and they still died there, which means that life never came. It's like Irminsul just covered it up and changed it up a bit to make it still happen. By the third, fourth, each should see. Getting it from Inazuma. No mention of Kabukimono. Kind of like the focus changed to the doctor. Two of his names, yeah. So like the others would still exist. But still.
Well, what do you think?
A massive, yes.
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma.
What did you find out? Something big?
As if that was the purpose, Paimon. That was not the purpose, but okay.
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
Yeah, right, and Goku.
Wow. So many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Armanoma clan, you say?
Yep.
Then I guess it must be true. Ugh.
True.
So there's no ghost story here after all.
I was looking for a ghost story.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days.
Inazuma especially.
To the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
They have two interests differently.
They're back at it.
Bye for now.
I'm so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Alright. Well, definitely not. I do not want to read a text again, even part of it, because I kind of skipped, like, I'd say 80% of it. This time, I just went to the highlighted ones once I noticed there was an highlighting. Last time, I kind of just skimmed through it, and anything that I didn't see just from, you know, not reading, just skimming through it, not the entire text, just kind of like looking it as I scroll. If I didn't see Kabukimono or Scaramouche, I skipped, so I was not about to read all that. Like, I don't mind reading texts if they're like, what's the name? The one with the primordial one. Before Sun and Moon. But even other texts in game, I usually don't read them. I don't read the books. I like lore videos because they're kind of just like easier to digest. So I usually watch those for lore. I don't mind reading artifact lore because, well, that's kind of short. And if it's an important artifact set, that, for example, the Crimson Witch or something like that, like someone says like, oh yeah, by the way, that artifact says something about Scaramouche. You know, the one with defense plus defense percentage. I read that artifact. I don't mind doing that if it's the lore is good. But reading a book, an entire, like, a really long book, yeah, I don't know about that. Before Sun and Moon is an exception because it's just so good in terms of lore. Anyways, Nahida, you know anything about it? Where's Scaramouche?
Nahida, we're here!
I hope Scaramouche should still be around, right?
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up.
I was asking the situation with the Balladeer.
He wanted to go to Inazuma.
She doesn't recognize it. Will she recognize the Balladeer? I think she won't recognize it.
Balladeer?
Uh-oh. Yeah, that happened.
Sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh no. Wait, does she at least remember Scaramouche maybe? Because only parts of his past was erased. What about Scaramouche? Did we still go down in Irminsul, or did that never happen?
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Acted quickly. Finished raising himself for Nahida could stop him. I am the record keeper. Huh. We're just changing history left and right with these Archon quests. I swear to God, stuff's getting crazy.
Traveler?
Hey,
will we tell her?
What's wrong? You look so upset.
Yes, thank you, Traveler. You kind of kept, I mean, I guess keeping Rukadavada's secret was alright because she asked it. And because we didn't know if that would have repercussions on the corruption. Because we had to remove her from existence to clear the corruption. But why could we not tell, like, why do we not say anything? I'm super glad there are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. Thank you! It's happening, okay. We're actually telling stuff that's been erased. Scattered across time with a heavy heart. There was once one was named Balladeer, created by the Electro Archon. He was supposed to live among men. Does he still exist? Though? That's the question. Maybe with a different past or something, but does he still exist? From the world beyond. He only losing for the gods. He bore his grudge for years. He grew his strength and then returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. So he became a deity with a nose and ended up losing everything. He entered Irminsul, learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate. That's why it's called inversion, right?
That's
in
quite
Genesis.
a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity.
A little differently, really? Go on.
Admittedly, I remember it a little differently.
Oh, it was erased?
I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
The heck? Where is Scaramouche then? Is he completely gone? Then again, if we change his past and maybe he's still around, then he wouldn't have that desire, so he wouldn't be Sumeru's issue. So he wouldn't have attacked Sumeru, so he'd still be around. Is this how he becomes the Wanderer? Are we actually changing him entirely?
Nevertheless, It does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The Traveler comes from a world beyond Teyvat. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul.
Wouldn't affect
And it
him.
also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you.
You can say that again.
Quite incredible when you think about it.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this balladeer guy's motivations.
Why did you do it?
Why did he do it?
Why did you do it? She's just completely clueless now.
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
Well, we didn't exactly know him very much, aside from a few backstories and stuff. We're enemies after all. I don't know his perspective on all of this, so I can't say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything or save someone? I feel like his intention was to also give someone back their lives. Specifically that kid, too. Completely undo his existence. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. And my hesitation, because, you know, you saw it in his eyes, gave him his answer. As I witnessed Creator Lord Duke of Teyvat erase their own existence, I can't tell Nahida that. I know why the melody was so short could work, but I can't tell them that.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died.
Yeah.
Right? Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again.
Then he wanted to save them, and then that did not go as he planned.
He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense. Every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself.
What about...
Even though he didn't have much strength left.
You mean the balladeer still exists, or what? Does he exist, or was only his past erased? Because from what it's made it sound like, only 2 of his titles, quote-unquote titles, basically his past, was erased. Which means it'd still be around, right? I mean, we have the Wanderer here. Guessing that's how he becomes the Wanderer?
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so
Because Irminsul tries to cover up.
He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Yet the dad still didn't get a second chance. Those fated to a tragic end could not be saved. Exactly did he want to fight back against? Betrayals in his life, or did he wish he never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something.
Okay, where's Scaramouche?
Found it. This should be the one.
The what now?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us.
Wait. What? You mean you can check a past that's been rewritten as long as I say something about it so you can get a reference?
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner.
What's that?
You should take a look.
A record? You know, there was a little fairy tale.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
Well, you mean that if we tell her a story, it can be recreated, a past that's already been rewritten, but it kind of feels like, you know, it's a story, so you don't get all the details right.
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale? that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the
past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the Kabukimono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that, but Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
Oh, I see. So you were very carefully to not mention Scaramouche in the quote-unquote fairy tale. You mentioned it as someone else, like very well hidden. And because of that, when we told her about Scaramouche, which we happened to tell her, I'm glad we told her, she was like, but wait a second, I wrote this a while ago. I don't know why I wrote this, but this is exactly the same story. And so she had that as a backup. That's very smart.
That's incredible!
Yeah!
What a great idea!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything.
There we go!
This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us. The now erased life of the balladeer.
Where is he then? Get a cutscene?
There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends.
Tetrasuna?
The monster lived
being
with the
Scaramouche?
family, day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own.
I feel like this is the Tetrasuna people.
Once in a while,
that's why they did remove this, because it doesn't make sense, you know, to erase this with Scaramouche. But now it's kind of like
monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree, who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten.
This was
Even
Scaramouche.
without a tail and fur like ours,
Then
you
who's
are
the monster?
still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution,
Oh,
the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire,
The
and
monster is Dottore.
The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure.
The gray fox being the Kaitahara clan, and the kitten being Scaramouche.
The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed.
But then he didn't die.
Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished,
but the kitten
lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing.
The little kid.
The two promised they would spend
then
their
the
whole
bird
lives
died.
together. But the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird,
Scaramouche left.
the kitten left the mountain for good.
That's why it wasn't erased from Irminsul.
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then
That's how
it would
Scaramouche saw
finally be
it.
peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything.
The new god.
Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Clearly, it does tell their story.
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happens.
So, with the recollection of the Traveler and the story that she did as a backup, she was able to slightly remember. Though she can't remember Scaramouche, she could remember that she made the story now. And why she made the story, but she still can't remember Scaramouche. Like, that is erased.
To become a god, he was experimented
Oh,
on
there we go.
and modified
From the
countless
story.
times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet.
Yep.
This memory was extracted from him by the scholars.
Wait.
Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with.
Wait. The fact that Scaramouche survived the furnace back then was probably why the Torre thought him to be the perfect test subject to make a new god. Because he would survive, essentially.
Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use.
Oh wait, part of his memory was used as a backup, even by the people, huh?
I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It wasn't.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail. That Conria was where your twin first came into this world.
Yeah, though I think we already knew that pretty much.
We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood,
they won't even
remember their own Harbinger.
You mean there's literally, like, I mean, it was already the 10 Harbingers with Signora dead, and the 9 Harbingers with Scaramouche, but now they literally never had a 6th Harbinger. It's not like, yeah, he once existed. He got kicked out. No, not even that. He never had, which means technically now they are called, I mean, even though one of them is dead, the 10 Harbingers. That's insane, dude. What the heck? Because it never was a Harbinger, so it's kind of like there was never a 6th spot. Like the 7th Harbinger would be the 6th. It's like the child would now be the 10th Harbinger. Like, what's gonna happen? Or are we gonna revert this? What the heck?
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot.
In the teaser, I wish I'd never been born at all, so I wonder if it was kind of a mix. Maybe he wanted to save the people. He also didn't want to exist. Then what happens to Scaramouche? Like, I seriously hope he's still around.
Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination.
Thank you, Nahida. True. Take those words. Take that quote.
And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
No, I want info, please. Where's
Good
Scaramouche?
idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head?
You got it. Come on, Traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
The Kabuki Mono's finale. Is he still
Must
around?
be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Ooh, Sumeru's story is built very different. I'm loving this. Except for the fact that I seriously hope Scaramouche is still around. Bane. I mean, I'm guessing he must be. I mean, how else would there be the Wanderer, right? Oh, by the way, in case you're just tuning into the stream, we do got this, but it's from Monday, so if you guys want to check it out, be sure to check back on Monday. Will be Monday morning. It's probably not at this time. We streamed earlier because, well, this quest might be long, and I had to make sure that I'm done before work. I mean, it's still 7 a.m. and we've been live for 2 hours and 30 minutes, so I'm sure I can do this in time. But, you know, just in case. Like, in case it's another 5-hour quest, like Sumeru Act 2, I better be ready. But yeah, on Monday we'll be polling. Monday morning we'll be polling. Alright, Scaramouche, you got any info? No? Isn't the Grand Bazaar down there? What am I doing here? I think I gotta go down, right? Quite literally. A bit more. And I'm nearly dying. I better be careful here. Okay. Now over there. Is Nilo gonna be around, I wonder? Are we gonna see Scaramouche here? Unlikely.
We're here! What should we eat first?
I have a nagging feeling. Is there something I'm missing? Something important I'm forgetting? What do you mean?
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
I'm still processing. Huh? Traveler?
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, Brain. Let's stick this out. It's gotta be in there somewhere. There was something about Irmin's soul and deleting oneself. It's like, I swear I've forgotten something. Come on, Brain. Think it. Just remember. And deleting oneself. Huh? Forbidden knowledge, Nahida.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Shut up, Paimon. Huh? She said that no one can erase himself from existence, not even her. Wait, true! Which means Scaramouche is still around. What if you erase a title of your past, though? Does that count as erasing yourself? Or would that be erasing only a part of yourself? Yeah.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
So it's not possible for the body to completely erase his own existence. In which case, the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Well, that was lucky. I mean, I guess we don't need to go looking for answers. Who are you now? Even your outfit changed. Your personality, is that really how we're doing this? Seriously?
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last two Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention.
He doesn't...
Sorry, boss.
He doesn't have a vision yet. Wait, is it working for him? Wait, he doesn't have a vision yet. Wait, is he gonna remember his past? I don't think so.
I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That guy is a balladeer.
He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo.
You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look,
leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a
drifter?
A drifter or something?
That's right, I am.
Wanderer.
We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetius, was it?
Hey, what do we do now?
Let's follow him.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
So you only erased part of his past, and his personality entirely changed. I mean, I don't mind, but I don't know how many people will feel like that. Because it's technically not the same character anymore. I still love him, though. Oh, God. Don't drown. I was about to drown in a little water, you know. Because I just noticed my stamina meter, but gladly we didn't go below swimming level. Will he notice, though? I feel like he'll probably notice this at some point. He's not dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, never
this'll
mind.
do.
I guess he's just less attentive now.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning
Shush.
on doing? Stealing his Sunsetius?
No,
Isn't that a
shush,
bit too cruel?
shush. He might not even, he's not even evil anymore, for all we know.
Oh, all right.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
I would never believe it. Right.
Huh?
He noticed
You
us.
two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
If you was your old self, you say, "Why are you spying on me? I'm about to beat you a hack up."
He spotted us.
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before?
Yes.
No, we haven't met.
No, but you know me, yes.
But you know, I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for
I
it.
can prove it. Are we about to tell him he's fast? I don't know if he'd like that. You're a puppet.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
Oh yeah, that can prove it, I guess.
You were right. The look on his face.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
Somewhere I want to take
Okay,
you.
but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Scaramouche saying
Are
that.
you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Alright.
Then let's return to the city.
What's happening? What the heck? Who are you? It's just like, who are you? He changed entirely. I mean, I guess it makes sense seeing as he didn't go through, you know, what he went through. So his past self really ceased to exist, which also explains why in the demo the Fatui didn't recognize him. So that's explained. My wonder is, will we tell him his past?
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Like his past, I mean. And then I wonder, maybe that's how he gets his animal vision, because he doesn't have one yet. If he saw his own past, with a different perspective. It's like you've experienced the past, and then that past, like, that was traumatic, it got erased. And then someone told you, oh yeah, by the way, I know you don't remember this because your past was changed, but this is what really happened. Then how would you see that past if you were like, because you would be completely emotionally attached from it. Yet if he was able to recognize it as his past, how would he see it? How would he change it out, like knowing he was betrayed now, but not really being that emotionally attached to it? How would he see it? Maybe that's how he gets his animal vision? Maybe?
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world. Like you had nowhere to be, and didn't even care that it was raining.
I feel like that was the case.
Imagine you and me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't...
Scaramouche denying payment? Damn. Who are you?
No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me.
Where are we going to take him? To the Archon? Oh, we are. I wonder how we'll see it in his present self. I mean, if he... I mean, he is from Inazuma, so he might not even recognize the Dendo Archon. And because I guess since he's a puppet of the Electro Archon, it might not be all that surprised. Though it would be interesting to see him meet the Dendo Archon again, but this time as more like a wanderer who didn't really go through that much stuff related to the Divine. We'll see. I'm curious. Talk to Nahida. What is that? Is she doing an inventory search?
Nahida! Nahida!
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street,
Sudden
but he doesn't
intrusion,
seem to remember
apologizing.
anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
What happened in the Grand Bazaar?
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself.
Train?
Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja.
I didn't know that.
Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather...
Is she gonna tell him? I really hope so.
This is a difficult one to explain.
And I really hope so that he can also look at it in a different perspective.
I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay.
He's already reading the mood.
You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
Trying to think where to start.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
How would his past self have reacted? Because, well, after hearing the truth, he wanted to change it.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
About his past.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
Yeah, it only changed yourself.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
Yes.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything.
We weren't your biggest fan. You don't even remember Paimon.
We weren't your...
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything.
No.
What a weird situation.
We're just trying to explain him his past now. I mean, we can't really blame him now, can we?
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
I guess you could blame his past self.
as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Because it seems the sages took a backup.
Please.
As well.
I want to see them for myself.
This is how he gets his vision.
I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
Because he's seeing the... Is he gonna see the memories like personally? Not just from someone telling the story?
I'm just a puppet. With no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to. To fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Oh wait, are we going down to Irminsul to... Wait, Irminsul's gone.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Wait, what's gonna happen?
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Enter the memory. Okay, the memory, yeah, the sages, not the human soul. Okay. I was kind of being confused, like, wait a second. How can we enter the memory if it's... But it's just the memory that the sages kept as a backup.
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
Said I was gonna get his vision then, probably.
It's time to get ready.
Reminiscent drift. Oh. The memories of a oh yeah, it's actually dungeon. Oh, heck yes. Certain puppet. You can be the Balladeer, Harbinger of the Fatui, or you can also be the Kamukimono who was once sighted in Tetrasuna. We're gonna get him his trial, right? So I suppose it's fine whichever we go with. Because we're getting the trial. Alright, we get to play as Scaramouche more. Because I'm only playing from on Monday, so I'll take that.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories.
I see.
These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, We had to once, but that was your doing.
Huh? Oh, last time, right.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation.
Actually, no, Shaka
You had a
Pavilion.
great many memories here.
I think it's one of the basic domains. Not really a story domain, but I think one of the basic domains.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
I think at this time he would still have those memories in his current self, because this did not imply Tatarasuna yet.
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge.
Katsuragi.
I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
So it wasn't Dottore who found it?
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured?
Oh yeah, because Dottore found him after the Tatarasuna incident. Of course it wasn't Dottore.
Not a scratch. And these fine clothes.
So I'm guessing that's why he was taken in by them, the Tatarasuna.
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
So that's how he began.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
It used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa.
Oh, I just realized that just destroyed the Mikoshi reputation even further, because the clan was already big in decline, stained by quote-unquote attacking the Raiden Shogun, which was not their fault, it was the Abyss fault, but
Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
yeah.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
We don't get, at least for now, we don't get Scaramouche trial and voice, but it seems like we'll mostly be going through memories and only some battle, so I guess we'll see. But we might not actually get, unfortunately, Scaramouche trial.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
Mikoshi Nagamasa.
It's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Okay. Let's find a way through. Oh, there it is. Yep, through this way. Oh god, get out of here! The thunder thingy, and I'm nearly dead, so. Okay, we got something. Is this a change of place?
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Huh? I hear voices.
Whoa.
Oh.
This is where you were born?
So this is a different memory entirely. Okay. It's like a time skip.
There's nobody here.
So he was already sick at this time. He had a cooler design on the teaser. Oof. They completely got rid of his design. Very generic NPC now.
I was abandoned, like you.
Abandoned?
I lived here for a while at first.
So he was
but
abandoned too.
There's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick.
And he was sick too already when they met.
He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
We all know this ended.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together
Oh.
forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call
Before
him.
he could name him.
His father died before he could name him.
I suppose it's very similar to Baldier's situation, though. The intentions of, Ryan and his father, of course, were extremely different. Though the result was essentially the same. Abandoned. Though one was on... it wasn't exactly, like, Ryan didn't mean wrong, but you get what I mean. Like, Ryan didn't expect him to awaken, but Ryan did purposely abandon while his father died.
After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
And then, yeah, he was the one who burned the house, but he was already dead because of the thing about ashes in the heart.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something!
Oh, no.
You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
Poor Scarl.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Then what's gonna be the story? Whoa, chill. I'm glad I recovered my HP there. This is definitely a time skip, so new memory.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct
Holy
you.
shit.
I've been
Okay,
waiting.
let me pay attention.
What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron
Jester.
will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
I wonder if we'll get to see him. I seriously hope somehow we get to see his
Fated
model.
rebellion has begun.
Long
Why
fated
not
rebellion?
take your place at the banquet and join those who shall
Dude, okay.
feast?
Just hearing his voice in game is pretty cool, even though we already heard his voice actor. But do we?
There is no escape.
This way through the roof.
Order guide you.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Don't be a killjoy.
Goodbye.
Miscalculated.
Wait, that's the Delusion Factory. We know this. We know this place.
is dark.
Paimon knows
Yeah.
this place. It's
Exactly.
the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
But I'm guessing Paimon doesn't remember encountering him here, just remembers the Delusion Factory.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
Oh, we get the theme again? The ominous fandango? It was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady.
Oh,
Is
Senora
this
too.
rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Hey, Senora's back. Kind of. I'm joking. Don't kill me. Don't kill me, Senora remains. But so it means that the people actually were quote unquote working for Scaramouche. Technically, we're all Senora's people. Senora just lent them for a while. It didn't end up being permanent, you know.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more
Oh.
meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
Shut up, Senora. Go back to Ashes. I'm sorry.
What a sharp tongue you have.
I mean, I kind of wanted to pull for Senora, though she wasn't my favorite Arbinger. I gotta admit, Arbingers are most pull. Senora's no exception.
Funny how negotiating
And I think
never
I hate
seems
the
to be
Doctor
your
more
strong
now.
suit.
I mean, I hate
For
it,
the
but I would
task
still
ahead,
pull for it.
I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
It's not got to the point of, Otto. Though I actually kind of liked Otto's story at the end. I guess chapter 28 kind of just was a roller coaster.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it.
Don't start thinking you're
Don't
invincible.
start thinking you're invincible. And don't let your emotions get in the way.
That did not go too well.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never failed to find ways to complicate
Did
things.
say those were two of the most not irresponsible, like incapable subordinates.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. By then, see you at the victory feast.
Well, I hope you do get one day to that victory feast. Maybe in Nightland, I guess. Opium.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now.
Give them a
I should
warm
prepare
welcome.
to
Oh,
give
you
them
were
a
ready.
warm welcome.
That did happen. You gave me a warm welcome, huh?
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Okay.
Why are you staring at me in silence?
Oh, we're fighting Senora's
Can't
illusion.
you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
We're fighting Senora
I'm under no
after death.
obligation to be nice to you.
Well, oh, never mind.
Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you
I
except
guess
results
they're
in your
still
own
talking
interests.
as we fight.
Isn't that right? Witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than
Oh,
other
damn,
humans.
they're throwing burns.
Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
I guess Scaramouche didn't get to murder Senora. Ooh, very sad. She got murdered by Raiden.
Shine down!
Make yourself at home. This might hurt a little.
Okay, next memory. Alright. What's it gonna be? Oh.
Looks like we've
This.
arrived in Sumeru.
We actually don't know much of what happened here until he was already a god. So what happened here between Dotori and Scaramouche?
Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis,
Oh.
refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Wait. What if we got information of Rukadavati here? Because this is the original path, written as a backup by the sages, right? Which means Rukadavata could end up being mentioned here. But I guess in a very discreet way. I don't know if that would work. I guess we'll see.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
There's a sage too.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
I guess by breaking a machine, we were able to, you know, stop that.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss.
What happened there? We're getting info about the Abyss here, but very like little shots, like, oh yeah, it was in the Abyss, but we don't know anything about it, the mission. We better start getting difficult further to find the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they'd think if they knew that nothing matters to you apart from your crazy experiments?
Right.
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
Yeah, so the doctor is behind all of this.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
Huh. Continue exploring. Next memory. Alright. What's this gonna be? The fight? Or something else? At least it's the side of the fight.
Do you think I'm evil?
No.
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you,
then
yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
Which means you.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear, no matter the consequences. I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass. Can you return my memories to me?
Is that possible?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation.
So it means he can be reversed.
All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
Will he be, because he might still retain these memories maybe? Will he then be able to accept it?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
A person can't erase themselves, and even though the original Baldur is gone, this person will live on in its place. Part of their destiny.
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people.
Hello?
But for all my soul searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
But because we were able to retell it, I guess this kind of happened in a different way.
You have made your decision.
But it's thanks to us that was able to happen, right?
Take this.
You got a cutscene. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, that must be painful, huh? All those emotions coming back.
A puppet? What's he doing here?
Oh damn.
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
Oh, the Tori, you son of a bitch.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my
that a memory or what? This song is just a memory, right? We're still in the memory world, so. Is it the part of like a side effect of the memories coming back? Oh damn! Okay. Because memories can fight us. Oh, okay. I'm very annoyed right now. We gotta fight a god until he's done. Huh? Is that when the vision happens?
Dross will be purged.
Holy sh! It's happening, right?
This won't be the end.
Huh? His past self? Is that what he meant to symbolize? Yup. It happened, right? He protected us with that wind blade? Yeah, okay! That was so cool. It's not over yet. An animal vision. And he... I guess he's back to his old self then. He got his memories back.
Patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Dude.
Questions?
Feeble human.
Yo, but that memory's then. You see how the name changed? Oh, this quest's been insane.
At my command, you shall fall.
Wait, I need to fly again. I need to fly again. Quick, quick, quick. Let me fly, let me fly, let me fly.
How amusing.
Oh.
Feeble human.
Can we fly over it?
The wind rises.
I guess we can at least dash. We weren't hit.
Search for it.
Oh, that is so cool.
Too slow. My endless cycle.
Okay. Let me heal him up.
Squall Fury.
We can avoid it now. Oh wait, never mind. We can't. We're flying too low. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, I might want to heal up again. The cool music though. What about defensive buff?
Insignificant past.
Quit following me.
The wind rises. That's far enough.
Okay, that's still hit.
Feeble human. Search for it.
Oh, I love his gameplay. I feel like I'll just like him more as time goes on, because it's insane. We're actually getting... Oh, did I see it before? I think I did. Never mind. I really hope we get more aerial combat in the future.
Bow your head.
Okay, that was done.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
Got everything back?
Disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again.
There's a ton of voice
Went
again.
back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else.
Just the way I am.
Just
now
the
you
way I
recall your
am.
memories.
You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been
It didn't change a
success.
thing. Okay, that confirms.
This dream
Just
has served
memories.
its purpose.
Because he can't change. We can't revert Irminsul. Maybe Istroth can or someone else. But with just a memory based on of the Sage's records, Nahida's Fairy Tale and Nahida's Fairy Tale, which by the way contains the Irminsul's memories, though you know they were retold. So I guess you got everything, but it's not like in memory format, if you can explain. Like it can't be added to Irminsul. And our recollection, we were able to know that. So it's just memory recovery. It didn't actually change. Nothing was reverted by the looks of it.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
So while he may have changed its personality slightly, it wasn't a reversion. It was just him recovering the memories. And kind of like making peace with his past self. His past self. That's weird.
Welcome back, Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey.
Oh, that was so epic, the
Paimon's
cutscene though.
exhausted.
We never really saw it in game, and it finally happened. The only thing closer to it we saw was Ayaka's animation when she awoke in her vision.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
Will he become the Wanderer now?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him.
I see. That's why he hates the doctor so much in his voice lines. I did see his voice lines, and he hated the doctor a lot on them. Like, it's not saying fuck you to everyone, but the doctor is just like, oh, really? Nahida erased these segments. What a shame! I wanted to kill them all myself.
I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
Yeah, true.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's going to attack over trees. Traveler's saying like, knowing he's got his memories back and he got that tone. I don't know if it'll be permanent.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
True.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that.
Yeah, because he wanted to bring everyone back, but that's not how Irminsul works.
Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people.
There are simple things to accomplish.
These are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten
The
so
animal
little
vision?
in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
Damn, Scaramouche is such a
In all
there.
honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use
That'd be
you,
no different from the
then I'd be
doctor.
no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
No, he doesn't see me that way.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that.
Damn.
Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
Are we saying that the Wanderer will not work for Nahida?
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul.
Yeah, we need info on that.
What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Like, this actually gives me hope that Nahida and maybe Scaramouche even will return in future Archon quests, not just interludes.
I will try.
Traveler.
Or events. Huh?
After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Because I wanted to know what had changed.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day.
Oh damn, Scaramouche
Don't
is
you
being nice
worry.
with his current memories.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your
Scaramouche
life
is becoming
don't
more
just
mad, or is it
evaporate
just
like
me?
water drops and
Like
leave
his
nothing
facial
behind.
expression.
There is no
It's
such
like
thing
saying,
as
no,
balancing
I
the
say how
books.
I do things.
Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed. Which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings.
Yeah.
The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
What's he gonna do?
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
Alright.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
I'm guessing he's gonna stick with Wanderer.
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Shut up, Paimon. That's what you'll call him and not the world.
Why?
Because
It's the rules.
Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Shut up, Paimon.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking.
Because Bride didn't give him a name.
The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
No! Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything?
Rules and what the heck? Disclaimers for name modification. To change Wander Animal's name. What the Are you kidding me? What is this? Is this like a main character kind of thing where we get to choose our name? You can rename this character, so do with care. What? Oh no, I can't make this decision now. Can obtain the item from the Archon class interlude. How many times? Change the unserved Wander Animal's name. Please take note, names cannot be utilized in this change. Once I rename this character on the video game, going forward, will display the name we have chosen. Are you kidding me? Holy heck. I mean, choosing my own name is easy because that's Silvo's saying, but choosing another character's name, that's hard. What do I call him? Wanderer, Scaramouche? Like, what do I even call him? In terms of service, okay, I get it. New travelers or groups of travel. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty basic. I don't think I need to read that. Gee, so what if you're not following? Yeah, don't worry, I'm not breaking them. I'm not about to name something, let's say, inappropriate. Edit the Wanderer's name. I can change these later, right? I don't think I'm gonna change it for now. Like, what the heck? Are you kidding me? I don't even know what to do right now. Hold up. How many times can I change it? I gotta look it up if it's available. How many times can you change if that's even available? I mean, the story just came out, so I don't know if that's... But I wish they told us a maximum of 2 times. Wait, the first is during the quest, and then there's another 1 time only. Oh. Must be 1 word. No spaces allowed. Can't use the 1 result name. Oh, I was thinking of calling him Scaramouche, but I guess that won't work. Scaramouche, Bowder, Kunikuzushi, and Kabukimono, so that doesn't work. You can't use any existing playable character's name, famous name for 2 members' names. You can't use, I mean, that's obvious, harmful terms. I mean, I guess for now I just call him the Wanderer, but I don't think I'll call him anything, unless, like, the story gives it a reason to. I was thinking, okay, maybe because I already know him as Scaramouche for a long time, I'll claim Scaramouche, but you can't do that. So for now, and most likely permanently, it'll be called the Wanderer. Though if there is ever any reason to change, like a story reason, maybe I'll use the item. I'll be kind of reluctant to if I ever even consider it, because you can only change once and then it can't go back. So that's a bit of a shame. I wish to give him an option like, yeah, you can use this item only once, but if you want to change back to the Wanderer, you can. But they don't, so I guess I'll just call him the Wanderer for now. I did just not expecting this.
Sure?
Holy heck. Yes. Think this will do.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
Because you never got a name, huh?
There. Now you have a name of your own.
We really just gave him the same name as he already had, the Wanderer.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Uh-oh. Still thinking, stop rushing me.
Stop rushing me!
Scaramouche is gonna say something now.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've
Damn.
thought of one.
Okay, what do you plan to do next?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer
yes.
will have to pay the price.
I'll invite you when we go beat up Tottori whenever he appears next, okay? We'll beat him up together, right?
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Yeah, like, yeah, the Fatui's alright. I mean, sure, they had their own things, but the doctor, yeah, I hate him.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and
I'm guessing
myself.
you want to talk to Kazuha?
I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall.
Well, if we do tell them that, we better tell them the long story, because it doesn't feel right to tell them that, without telling, you know, the reason behind their actions.
Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come. Alright. We're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
You know, Scaramouche was kind of the deity. Nahino was kind of the deity that Raiden wasn't for him. Raiden was going through a lot of pain though, so I can understand both sides.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant.
Yeah.
He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore. So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
I gotta go see that cutscene 20 times after the stream, because holy heck, that was so cool when he got his vision.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
Oh, we better see Scaramouche in upcoming story quests. That was so, sorry, events, festival and stuff. That was so cool. Cool, sorry.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
Oh, that must have resonated with Scaramouche there. Life is a story too long to be told. Journey that you must walk to behold. Because you just got told the entire lifetime. Huh. Return to the resting place. I'm really excited to see Scaramouche further into the future. Whether it be a story quest or an event, just to see how much he maybe changed or at least reconcile with his past self. It's always so cool. It's like, we need to see a continuation here. Obviously, he needs time. That's obvious. After what he went through. What's gonna be the so-called resting place? Oh wait, probably that little inn, right? Now we were at for quite a few times actually throughout the Archon quest. Including during the Sub-Zero's Samsara. That is the inn, right? Yep. That is the inn, alright.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Rest up.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase.
What about it?
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But
no, you broke
Paimon
it.
doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
You broke it. To do with the balladeer and broke the vase. Oh. So she forgot about it. Though she knows about the story now, the past still didn't change. Which means she forgot she broke the vase. Where is the existence? He changed the world. So why is this vase still... Wait. True. What happened?
You sound lost and confused.
What the heck? Who are you? It can't be... No, this... Wait. Could it be Easteroth? Okay, let me just organize. So, it's obviously not Kusanali. It's obviously not Rukadavada because she's gone and her voice was different. So... Theory, Easteroth, because she's related to time.
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Who are you?
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Someone's hearing it too.
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed.
Fate?
Perhaps a god may have a slim chance. But for anyone else... who can say?
Who are you? Seeing as you're trying to change the fate of Tevat, it can't be the Tsaritsa. I mean, she can't just communicate with other people's minds, as far as I know.
When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway,
she also
it
wouldn't
is
be
not
aware of
displaced.
this. There has to be someone connected to time,
The
right?
same is true of fate.
Could it be Easteroth?
Like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
I'm guessing that's how Irmin's soul works. Results can't be changed. Only, like, the journey, I guess.
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
Isra?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can.
Human heart.
Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
Wait. This is important lore. So, I'm guessing she's talking to us about that on regards to us being descenders. Surely, if she can talk to us like that, she's gotta know it. Believe your own lies. Your eyes, only that which you see is true. What is unseen? You mean what isn't seen by us? As in, like, we can discern when fate was changed? Oh, this story's about to be so cool. Oh, we need lore. Who's that? Isra?
The voice has disappeared.
I mean, I don't know who else would it be. It's gotta be someone with a connection to fate. I'd say, yeah, maybe it's Teresa, but no, she's not. I mean, she's just like anyone, any Archon, she would forget.
And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Is it you, Issaroth? Should trust my memories. Yeah, I feel like that's the case. Because I feel like something, especially more towards the end game, that we may see may not be as it looks. Kind of like how Dainsleif said the curse was applied on a higher level of existence, a higher plane of existence. Maybe we can see something others are not, and like... Wait, no, that would mean that the gods would be controlling Irminsul, no. Wait, I'm so confused, right? I gotta recollect some stuff. Like, there's surely a lot of theories that gotta come out of this, but... Yeah, actually, with the Celestials, I mean, at least, the Heavenly Principles, like, when was Irminsul created? Because this entire thing of being able to change, rewrite history, but not affecting the centers, it might be kind of like the world wasn't born with it. Was it when the Primordial One separated the world from the universe? Was that when Irminsul was created? Was it the Heavenly Principles you created to control fate? Like, what happened?
Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up?
Like, I wonder if the... Irminsul wasn't... Like, I don't think it was originally into fat. I mean, maybe it is just an extension of the imaginary tree. But I'm starting to think there's, like, more to it. Maybe it wasn't originally here. If that makes sense.
It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
Oh, this left many questions. Traveler, you got any theories that might help my theory? So what else awaits me in the future? Oh, this was one heck of a quest. I've got many questions. Inversion of Genesis. So an ape on a certain person. Can't be changed. Yeah, we're not using this. Version of Genesis. Okay. Honestly, this quest was insane. Like, I kind of was thinking that, oh, they're gonna do Scaramouche kind of bad and just make him forget everything. Oh yeah, now he's good, but it was so much better. It's like he was able to see his past self from a new perspective and take those memories later on as his own. And then went through all that and the vision moment. That was so cool. And then we got this little lore, the hint for the future, whether it's Istaroth or someone else. And how Irminsul works, like, sure, we did get some info from Ruka Nevada's moment. Lots of people stopped about it, but the world covered it up, and now it's more than clear that like results can be changed, but rather the world tries to cover it up. But then we have no reason to know. Like, initially, when we heard this, I was kind of thinking, oh, the vase is still broken, okay, but now it's like, I don't know, it's like that changed. Like, but there's no cause for the vase to be broken. Because Paimon, after having forgotten the Maladier, wouldn't have acted like that. The vase wouldn't have fallen, because else she wouldn't have gotten agitated. And, on top of that, she doesn't remember. It's like nothing happened. Does that mean that did Paimon still break the vase and doesn't remember? Or did something else break the vase? Like, what happened? Did the vase break on itself when this history was rewritten? Was it all an illusion, actually? Speaking of which. Did, like, Paimon break the vase, but the world doesn't know it? Does, like, I don't know, did Scaramouche actually kill those Blades Miss, but the world sees it as being someone else? Was it only the people's hearts and everything that was changed? Maybe Rukavada did live, but everyone knows, quote unquote, it's Nahida, even though Rukavada did live. It's like, was all an illusion in everyone's minds? And the corruption being part of knowledge, well, that would have actually changed, but that would be like an exception. Like, there's so many questions. I feel like we may have an inkling, not completely, of how Irminsul works. So honestly, this quest was great. Anyways, it seems I'll be leaving here. Honestly, want to pull for Scaramouche right now, but I did say it was on Monday, so can't change that. We'll be polling on Monday. I'm so excited for it. I really hope we can get him early. Maybe we can get the weapon too. Like, he was so cool there in that quest. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Friday for the trying out Archon on Honkai. A much shorter stream. Could be like even 40-50 minutes or even 30 minutes. So just a little warning. A very short stream. We'll just be basically doing the trial for Archon. And honestly, it could even be a video, but I think I'm gonna stream it. And on Monday we'll be pulling for Scaramouche with all our 140 pulls. Then honestly, I'll be like, if I get him on the first pity, I might try to go for the weapon. If I don't get him on the first pity, I will most likely, even if I do get it early, like 75-10, I'll most likely save. I'll be saving for 4.0 after. Or if I don't get the weapon and you get a rerun before 7.0, sorry, 4.0, not 7. That 7.0 is quite a bit far away. 4.0, I might still pull for the weapon later on a rerun. But yeah, supposing I get both him and the weapon, I'll be skipping the rest until 4.0. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys on Friday if you also happen to see Honkai. Or on Monday. Or another time if you guys decide to stop by another stream. Anyways, thank you.